Okay, we are live into this match. So, hello and welcome to the match between EgoPeek and D's Nuts. God, that's gonna.
Got him.
Yeah, every fucking time. Well,
actually DE E's nuts. Okay.
Yes, it is. D_E's Nuts. So, this is a match that is cast by myself and
Sirpigeon, also TCT Sirpigeon on Twitch.
Yep. So, we are just getting into the knife round right here. This is ESEA Open League match between EgoPeek, who is currently 3-5, I believe, and D's Nuts, who is 1-7. And if I got that wrong, well, I'm a failure because it's in my Twitch title, so. But, anyway, knife round is completed, and we are going into the pistol round, where EgoPeek is starting on the CT side, and they have double HE and a Molotov. It seems like they've got something in mind for this.
Oh lord, they're gonna nade stack.
They have 4 high explosives. I'm not sure if they watched a demo of D's Nuts or what.
Nade stack.
They are, and the nades don't really do a lot, but running free hits a really nice shot. He immediately gets traded by Srob, and Bomb is going A! Bomb is going A! Look at this.
Wow, Bomb was almost caught out, so they already took B control.
Yeah, wow, that was a really clean shot by Mr. Beef, and Bomb is down. They are trying to retrieve it up top mid, but they are going to have a hard time. Neither of these players on D's Nuts has any armor. They do have a flash and a smoke, but that's a really quick kill from EgoPeek's side, and a 1v4 with no armor is a tall task for anybody.
With all P250s down mid.
that was if there
that was round 1.
Yeah, that was the end of round 1. If there was anything close to an unwinnable situation, that was it right there. I mean, D's Nuts tried something fancy. EgoPeek tried something too with a nade stack, and they just run with one with pure aim, and they're trying to do the same thing. 5 MP9s. They do have a lot of utility, but this is an interesting play.
Looks like it's gonna be a rush into apps.
Yeah, the thing is though, this is definitely not a wrong call for 5 MP9s. The T's have 5 sets of Glocks,
and the meat grinder. The meat grinder, oh no.
Right into it. Brock got 3 kills. That's a lot of money. He's got $5,000, but D's Nuts doesn't seem to really mind. They're going to be able to get AKs and utility out, everything that they want, and EgoPeek is still sticking to the MP9s. They kind of have to, but this is definitely a round where they're trying to look for some extra credit, so if they can win this round...
Yeah, with 3 players having 3 kills.
Yeah, wow, look at this aggressive mid-rush. They are showing a lot of aggression, and I don't know what happened right there. Seems like there wasn't any call-outs. Celeroney just went down even though the players were rushing mid, and his teammates just apparently didn't call it out or something. I'm not exactly sure.
It's going to be so much advantage having that, getting both an AK and one of their players down to low health. From nothing but MP9s too.
Yeah, EgoPeek took a lot of advantage of that, and they're seeming to play with a lot of confidence right here at the very beginning of this match. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the standings of their opponent, or if they're just feeling themselves. But right now, D's Nuts is trying to feel their way around the map and trying to get some control where they can.
Looks like they're playing for A. They're pretty. Never mind. They're one rotating back to B, but it does look like Bomb is intending to go through apps. Still 3 AKs at least.
Yeah, there is a couple of nades, but this is a really well-timed nade on the side of EgoPeek. That really caught them off guard. Rock is able to fall back to pit, though the players in apps are going to be able to hear that, so they're going to know he's there, and the fight starts now. Brock is going to smoke himself off, and he's just going to let his teammates mow them down on sight. Carbine gets 2, and Hugs and Slugs 1 with the AK. That's a really good round for EgoPeek. They pick up 4 AKs, and that was
those MP9s stating.
Yeah, I mean, that was an extra round that they didn't really even need those MP9s still, but they decided to hang on to them, and the Gev comes out. This is kind of what we were talking about before the match started. We're not really sure if we're going to see some shenanigans, but I like the looks of this. The Gev T side.
2 Deagles, a Tech 9, a Scout, and a Negev. Name a better save. Light buy round, I guess. Actually, that's, yeah, light buy.
5 Negevs on T side. That's very much better.
What a smoking nade.
Yeah, and it seems like, oh, what a shot! Quarter with a really nice headshot, and he found the player that was full health too. Running free was taken down to 50 with the initial engagement. Thing is, though, EgoPeek did play 3 players here to start the round, so even though D's Nuts got a kill, I'm not sure if they're going to be expecting there to be 2 players on site, and there's already a player rotating CT, so this is...
They've done a lot of pressure, smoking and pushing up and making noise, but they are kind of just staying in banana, which is a very interesting choice because now they're locked, and like gave so much time for EgoPeek to set up, and just like that, there's another pick.
Yeah, that was a push down from mid, so that actually allowed the A player that was CT to rotate back because they're really kind of pincered here. There's not much that they're going to be able to do. They're just going to have to run into this grinder. The MP9 wide swings to take a bait, and the last player that's remaining has a scout, and they double peek him. There's really nothing he can do about that.
There it is.
Yep, that's pretty nice round for EgoPeek. I think that they're feeling themselves. They even get an op out.
That seems like that's the momentum. DE is nuts. It seems like they're very like they like to push up, but they never push onto site. They don't create pressure against the other team.
Yeah,
like right here. If they stop right here, I feel like they're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and they're deciding not to. And what they do is they catch them out. You were exactly right. You, as if on cue, you called it, and it came to be. But look at this utility damage from EgoPeek. Even though it is a 2v5, I don't know if EgoPeek knows how much damage they've done. There is only 1 player over 50 HP, and he's at 51. EgoPeek has done a substantial amount of damage, and they might not even go for it. No, they're going for it. Their name is EgoPeek. They need to. It is a part of their written contract.
Skins or wins.
Skins to win, yes. The opening frag there was found onto Running Free, who was trying to opt down Banana. It's normally a pretty safe position as long as you fall back, but almost every single player was in his scope, so even if he did get a kill, it would have been very difficult for him to fall back and live. Speaking of difficult to live, Seth Aroni lived on 1 HP that round.
I think it was an interesting choice to peek in front of Carr right there. But again, I guess you can never know when how many are truly rushing down in your face.
Yeah, it's it's a gamble. And speaking of that gamble, it looks like he might go for it again. They are going to throw a car flash and a car Molotov, so the same fight might happen again. No, Running Free just falls back. Again, some decent nade damage comes in, though, from EgoPeek. Setharoni's down to 58, but he did get car position.
Stares into his flash.
Yes, he stares into his soul. Running Free missed another op shot. He is forced to fall back to coffins, but he does have support from Hugs and Slugs. And a lot of smokes come out. This is going to be very difficult for the D's Nuts side. I mean, they're just going to have to sprint through smokes if they want to do this, and I really don't think that that's the right play.
Yeah, and halting themselves completely at top of, like, Banana toward that B site.
Yeah, and they're still here. They're still remaining. They're still fighting. Gibbs takes a lot of damage from Mr. Beef, and the thing is, they should know that there's 3 players here, but unfortunately, there's not much they can do. They're just going to have to brawl out like that. Sraw finds the opening kill onto Hugs and Slugs, and Autofinder finds the player on A site sitting in a corner doing nothing. Finally, we get back to the action. Sraw, he finds a kill onto Running Free, but we are back to the A site, apparently. Love Auto Director.
Auto director is the best director.
Mr. Beef is going to find a perfect timing. That was the right call, and last player does have bomb, but he's got an op, and I'm not exactly sure. He's going to need to try and find some players before he plants. He does run into Mr. Beef, but he's missed 2 shots. I don't think he's able to afford many more misses, and he's not even able to afford another shot. He goes down to Brock.
So far, I'm loving EgoPeek's ability. They're just kind of locking things down. D's kind of halting themselves in a lot of positions is really just giving EgoPeek so much time to set up, and they're doing very well with their time they have.
Yeah, EgoPeek has been able to throw some utility down and just prevent these nuts from advancing any further, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case this time. A missed Molotov allows a player to get up top car, and that did come due to an opponent's flash, but some utility is going to come back here. It seems like they're going to try and at least retake top car position, and Setheroni does take a little bit of Molotov damage. So we're fighting for this top car position, and Brock falls off after they know that, what is that smoke? That's an interesting smoke.
That's a new one.
That will probably yield the opening kill of the round. It does!
Oh my goodness. Look at this.
That was nice. Sirah knows where Mr. Beef is. Mr. Beef, I know that he saw the smoke coming, but he peeked a little bit before it popped. Sirah's able to take down 2, but I don't think he's expecting the 3rd player to be so wide open in pit, and Carbine is the only player on A, and these nuts looks like they want to take advantage of that, but they're going to try and
rotate already, though.
Yeah, they're going to try and catch out this rotator. They know that this player has to rotate somewhere, but he's ready for it. Running free has so much game sense. His brain is just exploding. He also apparently has a lot of confidence to retake that fight.
His brain's exploding, literally.
Yes. Yeah, now his brain exploded all over the ground.
And there it is. Still get that op and AK at the end of the round.
Yeah. There is a pause here, I assume, for the D's Nuts camp. We're struggling here a little bit. A scout comes out for quarter. That is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd round he's bought in a row that he's bought a scout. If he wanted to op, Gibbs has enough money to buy an op. I'm kind of shocked that they're getting a scout in this round.
It is interesting that they keep opting for that scout, and even so that scout, you do have enough for an AK still, right?
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, because he has armor, so that means he had around $4,000. So
yeah,
because
it's not like he bought a lot of utility. It seems like what I can see, quarter is, I can't tell if he's trying to opt, but it's a very interesting buys coming out from him.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but what I am sure of is Carbine is going down. That was actually a really nice flashbang. Oh, wow, and that was a really quick shot. He just ran through the smoke. No respect. He's just continuously going out. Beef's got a lot to do, but he can easily find those kills. 2, 3 quick kills, and he's going to wide swing this scout, and I dogged it before, but it gets a kill, and that's the A site taken. He's gonna wide swing the opera. It seems like he wants to take it to the fight again, and he does. I don't know if running free knows that he tagged that player through the wall, but he can spam this box. They're not really getting bombed down. Now they do. He missed by only a pixel, but he doesn't miss that time. This player is just on the other side of the smoke. Basic finds one, and he sees running free on the other side. It seems like he's starting to panic. He finally sprints back. He doesn't really want anything to do with this fight. He's going to throw a flashbang and immediately peek. Running free actually has no bullets. He needed to reload. Basic just jiggle peeks. A very basic play. Running free continuously just taps the bomb and eventually does hit the headshot. Basic got his head ripped off. He flirted with death a few too many times right there.
There's just too much. I think there was just too much time, unfortunately, for him to keep faking, and he wasn't sure, and there's just too much time in the side of EgoPeek for that bomb defuse.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, EgoPeek had a very fast rotate. They were on site before bomb even went down. Running free actually almost stopped the bomb plant, and that's going to result in 7 rounds for EgoPeek. 7-1 in favor of these nuts. They are down 7-1 in this match, and they are down 7-1 in the league as well. Let's see if they can bring it back in this or in ESEA. Brock is getting very aggressive, and that was an unfortunate timing for Gibbs. That was the perfect timing. As was that, quarter goes down to Beef, who flashes himself through a smoke and finds the unfortunate quarter on the other side.
Like, you know that no smoke is ever that safe.
Nah, smokes are a false illusion of safety. as is the situation right there. Seth Aroni just sprints through a smoke, and I don't think they knew where he was, because a basic just went down to Hugs and Slugs, who didn't even reposition, and Mr. Beef is probably going to take down Straw here. He gives away his position, but I'm not sure if it's really gonna matter. Brock is coming in to help, and he's getting pincered right here. Needs to fall back a little bit. He has been hitting shots with the op, I will say. Straw has looked pretty decent on this D's nuts side. About as good as you can look, and
there it is.
That's not a good look, to be fair. He goes down. That's 8 on the board for EgoPeek, and they've looked very comfortable in this entire match. I mean, I don't think a single player on the EgoPeek side has really had any sweat in this entire game.
They have been playing, honestly, some of the best I've seen in a while at EgoPeek. The team is also giving them lots of time, but they've been double swinging almost everything. It's very impressive to see, being honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they've been doing a stellar job, and right here, actually, it seems as though D's Nuts is doing a stellar job. Sorry about that. Just Brock with a very big headshot. Yeah, they do take down the player on site, so now the only player left is this pit player in Brock, but he's going to get mollied out very quickly, and he's forced to throw a smoke on it to douse the flames, but they are coming from each and every direction on him, and it doesn't matter. Beef with the tap. Straw is down on site. That's the off down. Quarter's the last player alive, and he is not alive for much longer. Beef with 1 HP.
The fact that Brock made it out of that alive is actually very impressive.
Yeah, he just bought so much time for the rest of the EgoPeek squad, because every player on D's Nuts was so focused on him. They knew that he was in that pit position, and they just tried to clear it out.
Smoking that molly and staying in it caused their players to have to worry about way too many things. And I think that was honestly a absolute mega head play.
Yeah, I think so as well. It really did benefit them. But here they're getting very aggressive, and I was gonna say that should have been a free kill for Straw, but it doesn't look like anything is free for these side of D's Nuts. It seems like they are really struggling here, and running free takes another kill. He knows who this last player is too, and a boost comes up over the smoke. This is a peak CS right here. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're just slaughtering their opponents, as you said. I mean, this is getting bad.
Just realized we have 2 of the same Yoshi profile pictures, 1 on each team. One of them is just dripped out, and the other is unfortunately not.
Yeah, but one of them is big. I do enjoy a big Yoshi. Oh, wow. Running free is getting very aggressive. This is how you know that you are feeling it as a team. Close quarters combat opping when it's not at that great of a situation for you. Hugs and Slugs sees the player through smoke. He gets one. He nearly gets the second. Down to 17 is quarter. I don't think he sees the off barrel as well, and I don't know if that lag is helping him or not, but it seems as though he was unable to get shot.
Yeah, the biggest problem is that these nuts they're just not putting pressure on any site. They're putting pressure on the entry to site, but they're not taking anything. They're almost like they're just kind of just brawling for most of the match, and then if they kill every player on site, they'll take it. But they're very it's hard to say. I keep saying They're very like playing back.
Yeah, I think I can see another flaw with their play as well that you didn't point out. They have 2 sawed-off shotguns.
Nah, that's the best part of their play.
I mean, in reality, it could be. They did get an opening kill this round, but it seems like Mr. Beef is poised and ready. He knows that these guys are going to be here, but he actually goes down. That's a player with an AK who had full health. Quarter takes the kill on Mr. Beef, but I doubt he's going to be expecting the players to be this close to them already in mid. But it doesn't matter. Straw with a really nice headshot. He only had 7 HP too, so for him to be able to take down a player, Basic is the last player alive. I thought.
Wow, and you made fun of the sawed-off.
Wow, I thought Basic was not the last player alive. Basic took down a player to make the last alive on the EgoPeek side. D'sNutz picks up a 2nd round. And yes, on the back of an auto shotgun buy. 2 of them bought auto shotties. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but it worked.
Yeah, honestly, I think the sawed-off is an underrated gun inside of the apartments. It's just so close, and that gun is very impressive in those angles.
Yeah. So we'll see what they can do here. D'sNutz is getting very aggressively pushed, but as is EgoPeek from a different angle. I don't know if they know this, but they actually have the A site completely on lock. There was 3 players that were peeking the B site to try and get control of Banana, and D'sNutz opens up the A site.
Yeah,
they just got behind
They didn't
them.
take it. They didn't take A site. Bomb was back in spawn. A player's now down, and they rotated. Like, they had sight, but they backed off of it while the player went to get bomb.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I showed a lot of people that Molotov. And, this is a double off setup. It's a very unique style of holding sights, but I mean, I guess if you're gonna hit shots like that, you can do whatever the hell you want. Straw is saved by his teammate. He was in the middle of planting, and that was a beautiful shot by Basic. Rock is in a 2v1. I don't know if he expects there to be a double op setup. So this is going to be tough for him. He expends all of his utility. And he does have a kit. But Straw has the superior positioning. And that is 3 rounds for D'sNutz. They pick up back-to-back rounds. And to be fair, both of those rounds that they won, they actually looked pretty solid. So
Question is it going to be enough, though? Like, even if they win this round, it's still 11-4.
If they win this round and then win pistol as well, I think that's when you need to start worrying if you're on the side of EgoPeek.
Yeah, that momentum can be carried if this team is CT sided, but it's a lot to come back from. But you know, the dreams are real.
It has been done before. You can't knock it. Mr. Beef is full blinded, but there's 3 players here, so it didn't really do much.
One of them swung to peek a double angle.
Yeah, this is a really bad spot.
Taking that upper banana control and then just kind of leaving it, like, and not keeping the aggression or anything.
Yeah, I think that they won based off of the ops in the previous round. They got a little bit quick to have faith in their oppers and running free shutdown the players that were peeking them on the B site. And this is just complete confidence on the side of EgoPeek. They know where these last 2 players are. Well, now 1. And
enough confidence to shoot your own teammate in the chest with an op for half HP.
Yeah, and that's why
and
Hugs
to
and
still
Slugs,
push.
Yep, Hugs and Slugs just runs through a smoke and immediately finds some players. So that's 12-3 in favor of EgoPeek. D'sNutz is struggling. It seems as though they're unsure of what to do against the aggression and sheer domination that EgoPeek has shown.
So I do want to point out, Hugs and Slugs ended that half with 350 utility damage.
Did he? We can't check that anymore,
I checked it
unfortunately.
before, but
that's impressive. 350 utility damage. That is impressive.
it's kind of, again, like, EgoPeek is just reading these people like a book, and honestly, they know that all the players are kind of just stacking on top of, what's it called? Banana. Sorry, I forgot to call out. Professional, by the way.
Yep.
And they're just nading it so much.
Yeah, they seem to really know what they're doing, and I don't think that it's so much so that D's Nuts doesn't know what they're doing, but I think it's more so just they can't really stack up to EgoPeek. We are at an intermission. It is now over as I say that. We are going into the second half, and this could be a very quick second half.
This whole game has just been timing for us.
Yeah, it has been. I love it. Just I'm commenting on intermission a second after I finish that statement. It immediately goes into the first round of the second half. D's Nuts has 2 high explosive grenades, and it doesn't look like it's really gonna do much because EgoPeek is going A.
Lot of aggression.
Yeah, they've got a lot of flashes too. They throw them all, and they're gonna catch this B player out. He already hears them. He gets 2. Sra with a very deep position. I don't think they were expecting it because these nuts just sprinted down there immediately. But Quarter is going to have to hit some really nice shots because he is in a bad scenario. He actually manages to get away and live. He's in this church position. He's gonna re-peek immediately, and he gets the kill onto Carbine. Hudson Slugs with his last bullet takes down Quarter. It is a 2-on-3. EgoPeek does have bomb down though, but they have a nice crossfire. Hudson Slugs does trade. This puts him into a 1-on-1, and he's expecting this last player to be Banana. And he gets
nice
the
shots.
immediate kill. Yeah, that was just a brawl. There wasn't really much in the way of strategy on either team. I do like the fact that they tried to fake, but these nuts rotated very quickly, and in the end, it really didn't matter. EgoPeek gets a 13th round, and these nuts has to force buy. I mean, you can't let them get a 14th round this quickly. You need to try and win some rounds in a row and get your economy going.
Looking at the kill spread, very even from EgoPeek and pretty scattered from Nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna point out Setheroni, but he is on 1 kill, and Sra is on 15. He is actually positive. Sra is 15 and 14, but it doesn't really matter when the rest of your team is struggling. And Basic gets the bomb down and $900 to boot. Mag 7 is a very powerful weapon, but getting bombed down once isn't really going to do much. It allowed his team to get in a little bit closer, but I don't really think it's going to matter at all.
There it is.
The start of the round, actually, D's Nuts did a significant amount of damage to EgoPeek. There was 2 or 3 players that were hit down almost to death off start. I don't really know if it was based off of nade damage or based off of fights, but all 3 of those players that took damage at the start of the round did die for EgoPeek, and the only 2 players that lived were on full HP. So these nuts did do the damage that they needed to do. They just couldn't convert into a round.
Looks like they're going with the three swag 7s on the side of D's Nuts. They got that one deny plan. They're like, run it back.
Running free, expected there to be a player in there. He pre-fired that angle so hard, and he's just not stopping. He's putting his name to use. He is running rampant. That is a flex player.
All through.
Mr. Beef hears the remaining 2 players, and he's going to take 1 down. He knows this last player is somewhere around here. He has an M4 Sra. He's got no utility, no kit, and he is in a 1-on-5 scenario. This is such a scary situation. He just needs to try and save if he can. But I'm not sure if EgoPeek is going to really allow that to happen.
But he is backing up to alt mid. Oh, never mind.
He does find
Reaction
Mr.
time.
Beef. Yeah, that was beautiful. He's looking at that molly like it's gonna do something just by staring at it. You do not have the force, my friend. You need to go and pick it up yourself. Sra ends up finding Carbine, and he does take that duel of the fates.
He never picked up the molly.
Yep. He took that duel of the fates. If anybody gets that.
Unfortunately, went right over my head.
I just made a Star Wars comment. Duel of the Fates is the song when they're fighting Darth Maul. The da 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 da.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember now. I would not have gotten the reference if you didn't just straight up tell me.
Oh, not a true fan. Well, I believe you are more of a Lord of the Rings kind of guy, and Gibbs is more of a suicide kind of guy. He does not care about his life, and apparently neither does anyone else from his team. I don't know if they gave up at this point or if they just honestly believe that rushing down mid without looking at your corners or anywhere is the best play, but it's going to result in the match going in the way of EgoPeek 16-3.
Hey, it's not over till it's over. I still believe.
You
There's
can
always a
believe.
chance. I believe.
You believe? Okay. $50 on it, Cameron. You believe?
Bucks champ.
$5, okay?
Gentleman's bet.
Fine.
Pride on the line. I don't have.
There is pride, okay?
Oh.
I still don't believe. We are
it.
just apparently auto director doesn't believe either. It is staring at a dead body the entire time, and
This is the best camera angle for that though.
I know it was a good camera angle. Don't get me wrong. I just love it. It was it didn't have any faith that Straw was gonna win that, and that was a very convincing win from EgoPeek 16-3. I understand that D's Nuts is struggling in the ESEA Open season, but this is definitely oh god, oh my god, this is definitely a seizure. What the fuck? This is definitely a win that they needed. That's a confidence booster for sure. Okay, so 16-3 in favor of EgoPeek. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Biz.
I'm Sirpigeon.
And we will see you all in the next match. Thank you guys so much. Take care and goodbye.